Right, I'm here with Tim Davies from Practical Participation, and he's been our fantastic conference blogger, live blogger for the whole day at the Promoting Respectful Relationships conference. So Tim, you know, it's the end of the day now. What are the things that have stood out for you really today in terms of this whole agenda of promoting a better understanding of, you know, gender-based bullying in schools?
Well, I think one thing that struck me was there were some really progressive, what shouldn't be progressive but are in the mainstream, progressive views on understanding gender, understanding identity that we need to be talking about more and we need to take into mainstream conversations. One of the challenges I think is we then focused on the problems and we didn't focus on a vision of what respectful relationships look like. So we were very much still in deficit-based ways of working rather than saying, look, most young people do have positive relationships. We want to celebrate that. We want to build on that more. So there were some real strengths in the progressivism, but perhaps a bit of a gap when we tried to take that into action moving forward. And maybe people have left with a list of many, many challenges without necessarily strategies and visions of how to take that forward.
Any I think that's absolutely spot on. Any quick points that you might want to throw in the pot in terms of helping the sort of school-based crowd to actually do that, you know, to tackle creating that whole ethos of respectful relationships and what that entails?
So I think one piece of work that is fantastic is the Children's Rights Director, I think in England, did a piece of work with young people about what they think rights and good relationships look like, and reading that, there's such powerful words from young people about what good rights respecting relationships look like, and having that conversation in a school about what's the relationships we want to have. That we had conversations of a whole school approach, and that must be a conversation with the majority of people in the school, which is the children and young people there, in partnership with adults to work out what that vision is and then to work towards it, starting from articulating the positives and then recognising where we fall short of those. One of the really interesting practical ones that came up is making sure young people have access to information on all these things, and we did hear about how internet filtering and blocking in schools means people looking for information on their sexuality or alternative notions of gender are finding that's blocked and filtered, and we've got technical systems enforcing norms which we were trying to challenge here. We need to be directly addressing that.
Absolutely key points, I think. You know, I would like to see far more progress in that area as well, because I constantly work across, you know, different places where they just don't have access, you know, and educational materials and all sorts. So, you know, really good points. And I think picking up on your point of ensuring that young people are involved is absolutely key, because I think that will, you know, if young people are involved, then it's their agenda, and, you know, we're equipping them.
I think one of the just closing, the most refreshing things for me in exploring this agenda was meeting some of the people working in gender and ICT and the Internet Governance Forum, groups from across the world, the Association for Progressive Communication, and many others. This is a global movement of saying we've got to challenge gender relationships, challenge gender-based discrimination, bullying, and really move forward in our approach to rights, approach to how we view people, and that's a great challenge to keep moving society forward towards that.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Tim. Wonderful to talk to you.